Oh, I fucking love penguins. Hey everyone, my name is Sean Arnold and welcome to another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Online Ranked Duels. What I really love in Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, or in Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, is discovering tech. I really love finding cards which I've never heard about and trying to think, what could I use to make this card really good, or how can I discover potential which wasn't once there. I particularly like finding old cards or new cards and trying to use them to rejuvenate older decks and try to make them even better than they were before. I recently bought some new DLC for this game. I bought the Arc V Zuzu vs Julia DLC for this game. I bought it because I wanted to see the Gem Knight deck, and I wanted to have a go at using some Gem Knights because I have an idea for a deck which I want to do in the future. Now, needless to say, I was kind of disappointed by most of the cards, but there was one card which I really discovered and that I really liked, and that was Transmodify. Now, I already had a Penguin episode up last week of me just making some jokes and using the Penguin combos, but this card has really made me love using this deck. I actually really enjoy working with it because it just brings it all together in a way that it wouldn't work without it otherwise. It kind of reminds me of the card Last Will. If I go back to turn off my filters, all of the filters will be good. There we go. And I look up Last Will. There used to be a card named Last Will which has been banned for pretty much forever, and it's this card here. And Last Will was a card where it worked as, if a monster on your side of the field was sent to your graveyard this turn, you can special summon one monster with an attack of 1500 points or less from your deck once during this turn, then shuffle your deck. I used to abuse the hell out of this card back in the day when it was allowed to be used in the advanced format. Unfortunately, it's gone now, and we can't use it anymore, but Transmodify, I think, kind of inhabits the same kind of spirit as Last Will does. There are some restrictions to it, but being able to search pretty much any monster that you have put into your deck, as long as it's one level higher, and then special summon it to the field, I think is a really good combo. And it works really well in this Penguin deck, and over the next couple of days, I want to be able to maybe experiment with some other archetypes using Transmodify and see what potential there is. Okay, so here we are. I'm playing against Kurum Jahalen, or Kurum Jalen. That is an awesome name, dude. That is really pretty sweet. And I've never played against Kurum Jalen before, as I normally say at the start of these episodes. But it's always good to see new people and new faces in this community. It means that there's still interest in the game and it's being kept alive. So good on you, dude. I hope you have a good time playing Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a hard game, but it's a lot of fun to play once you get to grips with it. Unfortunately, I lost the rock paper scissors battle, so I have to go first, and I just start off with a very simple move of setting my monster down in defense position and a trap card to protect him if need be. Now it's Kurum Jahalen's turn, and he's drawn into his 6th card, and let's see what he's going to play. He's going to play one monster down on the field in defense position, and is he going to do anything else with this turn? Let's see. I wonder what kind of deck he's going to be playing. He's got an Avatar of Kaiba. And yeah, I kind of pretty much figured it would be a blue-white dragon deck, because, you know, Avatar's a Kaiba, he plays Summoner's Art, which allows him to get blue-white from his deck to his hand, and yeah, it's all kind of a common stuff that you normally see. Summoner's Art is really good. I actually want to find a way to make it more effective, or more use. I think any searching card, which isn't so restrictive, has the potential to be really good in this game, and you know, maybe I'll try and work something out with Summoner's Heart sometime. Kurum Jalen then also just played Dispel, one of the old school cards in the world. That is, man, I think that's right back from, man, what was the first ever set called? Like Legend of Blue Eyes or something like that? That is a really old school card, and not a very good one in my opinion, but what it does is when you play Dispel, you get to destroy one spell or trap card on the field, If you choose a face down trap card, you get to see it, but you don't get to destroy it. MSC is better normally all around. Back in my turn now, I have brought out my 2nd copy of my Flying Penguin, and they're both really quite weak on their own, but at least being level 4s, they can be used to rank summon into something a bit more effective. And what I'm going to go for is La Val Val Chain. Getting used to saying that word now. The Valval Chain is a really good card for this deck, particularly in the earlier turns, whereas Digustal Emerald is more useful in the latter turns of this game and or this deck. And both of them really work well together. I enjoy having those two as a combo, or at least as an option in my toolbox for my deck. I'm going to use La Valval Chain's effect now, and I've decided to go for... I'm assuming I went for the first effect, although it looks like I went for the second effect. I have no idea. Let's find out. Assuming that I went for the first effect, I'm going to be sending a card. Oh no, I went for the second effect. Oh yes, I understand now. I went for the second effect to choose one monster and put it on top of my deck so I could draw into it. And I chose Great Emperor Penguin because I already have the Monarch Stormwolf in my hand and I want to get some use out of it sometime soon, so I want to search out a monster in order to set that up. Now I'm trying to decide whether it's going to be worth attacking him with my monster, and I might as well try to do so, so let's see what happens. The Valval Chain is going to attack his face down card, and it's going to be the White Stone of Legend, a searcher card for Blue Eyes White Dragon. When that card is sent to the graveyard, you get to add one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand. I'm not a really big fan of the White Stone of Legend. I don't really think having Blue Eyes in your hand is really the best way forward, unless you're running some cards which can really get it out of the hand quite easily. But I think it's best to summon Blue Eyes either from the deck or from your graveyard if possible. But hey, to each their own. I've never actually built a really good Blue Eyes White deck, so who am I to talk? Back over to Karum's turn now, and let's see what he's going to do. Do bear with us if he's a little bit slow. He is obviously quite new to the game, and he's probably just learning what some of the cards do, and you know, everyone's going to be a learner at some point. I would really like to do a Blue Eyes deck sometime, you know, but there's just nothing that's really kind of made me click with it just yet. Right, so Karum Jadelin now summons Vanguard of the Dragon, and this allows you to send it has an effect which allows you to send one dragon type monster from your hand to the graveyard to give it extra attack. It's not really the greatest of cards, but yeah, it's fine. The Valval Chain is now going to activate his other effect. He's going to send one card from the deck to the graveyard, and I'm going to get rid of the other copy of Flying Penguin. Now, and keeping count of the cards in your graveyard is really important. I'm now going to send a copy of No Penguin from my deck to the graveyard, and that's going to come in use in a little bit from now. So first of all, I'm going to play the Monarch Stormwolf. The Monarch Stormwolf is one of the best spell cards in the game. Quick play spell that allows you to tribute one monster from your opponent's side of the field. The only catch is you can't special summon from the extra deck this turn. And then you get to... Now I'm going to summon the Great Emperor Penguin. Great Emperor Penguin is a really weak level 5 monster, but it's its effect which is what really catches me here. And that is you get to tribute him, and he gets to special summon 2 penguin monsters from your deck. As I've done that and I've activated the penguin effect, No Penguin is also going to kick in, and I'm going to be able to special summon him from my graveyard. So now I get to choose any 2 monsters I want from my deck, and I'm going to bring them to the field. And I'm going to go for at least one level 4, and I'm going to consider maybe going for a level 3 or a level 4. I'm going to go for 2 level 4 monsters, and they're going to be 2 Nightmare Penguins. Penguin! They're going to go hit the field in defense position. What's really great about these guys is that while they're on the field, all my water monsters get an extra 200 attack. So No Penguin is now going to be sitting nicely at 2000 attack. And I might attack with them this turn. Let's see what's going to happen. I'm considering whether to do that. I can't XC summon this turn, although I might not have remembered that one, to be honest with you. So I should just go to the battle phase, and I should just activate something now. Or just go and attack. Let's do something, man. Come on, make something work. There we go. So I'm going to go to the battle phase, and I'm going to be a little bit aggressive. I'm going to attack my opponent. Let's see what he has to respond with. It's Mirror Force. So unfortunately I'm going to lose these 2 cards, but do you know what? They kind of did their job. I'm glad I've got rid of Mirror Force now. And No Penguin was a free summon, and the Valval Chain has definitely done more than what he needed to do. And again, I actually think I wanted to XC summon this turn, and I forgot the Monarch Stormwolf prevents you from doing so. So I'm going to leave Nightmare Penguin in defense position, and hopefully they'll survive until the next turn. Back over to Karum Jahalin's turn. He sets down another monster, I'm gonna guess he's trying to build up some field presence in order to bring out his blue eyes, because 2 of those cards in his hand are blue eyes by dragons, and they're gonna be stuck there for a little while until he can bring them out. So now that it's my turn again, I'm gonna bring out a different monster, and that's gonna be Duelist Emerald. Another really good engine card for this deck. This deck is just really good at recycling cards back into the deck and into the graveyard quite quickly. Duelist Emerald is being special summoned to the field, and as soon as he goes to the field, I'm going to activate his first effect. That allows me to target 3 monsters in my graveyard, put them back into my deck, and then draw a card. So the ones which I'm going to choose are Laval Chain and 2 copies of Flying Penguin. I chose the Laval Chain because when the Laval Chain is shuffled into the deck, it can't go into the deck, so it goes to the extra deck. So I'm not really stacking my deck too much. And I chose the 2 copies of Flying Penguin because I might be able to get them out again with Rescue Rabbit. And I fortunately drew into Transmodify, one of my other really good cards for this deck here. Now that I've done that with Duelist, I'm just going to poke up my opponent and see what that face down card is, and hopefully something I can destroy. Unfortunately it's not. It's Aquamador, another really old school card from way back in one of the first few sets of the game. Very old card, that one. But all of the cards my opponent uses old here. Maybe that's the gimmick of the deck. Maybe he's just trying to stick to, I think that first set was called like Legacy of Blue Eyes or something like that. Maybe he's just trying to stick to only those cards. But then again, actually no, he had Summoner's Art, so no, that can't be. Alright, set down one face down trap, and now I'm going to draw into another card here, and now back to main phase 1. I need to think of a way to get over Aquamador. So first of all, I'm going to use Duelist Emerald's effect again. I'm going to shuffle three more monsters in my graveyard, and then draw another card. And this time I'm going to get rid of everything except for No Penguin. No Penguin belongs in the graveyard, that's where he lives, that's his cave, that's where he's most comfortable. Keep him there in the graveyard as much as possible. And now I'm going to draw into another monster, and it is another copy of Flying Penguin, which is actually kind of what I'm glad to get at this point. First I'm going to use MSC to destroy that face down card, and I'm going to summon Flying Penguin. With Flying Penguin on the field, I now can use Transmodify to send it to the graveyard, and then special summon 1 monster from my deck. And naturally, that's going to be another copy of Great Emperor Penguin. Great Emperor Penguin is going to come out. I'm going to use this effect again, and I'm going to special summon 2 more Penguin monsters from my deck to the field. I just really love this engine, just continuously recycling, and as long as you're being allowed to get away with it, it can really work in your favor. No Penguin comes back to the field again, and this time I'm going to consider what should I summon, what should I bring out, what will be the best option here. And I'm going to go for 2 copies of Nightmare Penguin, it seems again. There's one, and this time I'm going to put them in attack position. And there's another. Now the reason why I have done this is because there's another card in my hand that I want to use, and that is Solidarity. Now this wasn't in the deck profile which you guys have just seen. I actually swapped it in because I wanted to try it out. Solidarity is a bit of a mixed bag in this deck. It's really great for the Penguin monsters, but with Duelist and Laval Chain being so important for this deck, it can be a bit hard to use because they are not Aqua type monsters, and therefore they stop Solidarity from working. However, it's not too bad because there's really a lot of ways to reshuffle monsters from your graveyard into your deck and get rid of Duelist or Laval if you need to. I might try something else. I might try something like Ruka, which gives all water monsters 500 attack, but the attack boost is nice, as you just saw, because I did quite a bit of damage in one turn there. Now to round out this turn, I'm going to XC summon again into Gagaga Cowboy. Gagaga Cowboy is going to just do a little bit more damage to my opponent and almost finish him off. Bring him out in defense position. And in case you guys don't know what Gagaga Cowboy does, when he activates his effect and he's in defense position, he gets to inflict 800 damage to my opponent, leaving Kurum J and Harlan with only 500 attack left. Now over to Kurum again. Let's see what he does here. He sets down 1 spell or trap card, and now he plays Ancient Rules, the partner card to summon Summoner's Art. And that allows him to special summon one normal monster from his hand to the field. And it's going to be Blue Eyes White Dragon, which he's now going to try and attack with, I believe. To be honest with you, at this point, it probably would have been just best just to sit down and do nothing. But he's probably scared of Gaga Gakaba. He knows Gaga Gakaba is going to kill him in the next turn. So I played Dimensional Prison to get rid of his monster. But even if he had attacked me, it would have been better just to keep Blue Eyes on the field for defense. But yeah, at this point, it's really kind of done. He plays another copy of Ancient Rules, and he's going to bring out Blue Eyes again. I feel like he had those cards in his hand for a while. Maybe he just was too scared to play them quite earlier, which is a shame. He could have been a bit more aggressive there if that was the case. But yeah, this is pretty much done at this point because Gaga Gakaba is going to win. So guys, I'm going to start doing my outro now. Hopefully you've seen a bit more about what this deck can do. I really like the appeal of Transmodify. I want to see what it could do in some other decks. It came with a Melodious deck, I believe, when I bought the DLC, and maybe I could do something with that. Or maybe there's some other original ideas I can come up with and present to you guys over the next couple of days or so. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed a bit of a different kind of format. Hopefully you enjoyed a bit more of a talking introduction and a bit more talk about strategy or kind of behind the scenes stuff and not just gameplay, because I think that stuff is also interesting too, just to hear about other people's opinions and ideas. But whatever, either way, hopefully you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next time.